before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
But I control them.
Yeah, I can't control them.
No, I really can't.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Weeb Report.
Weeb Report.
I'm Alejandro.
And I'm Charlie.
This episode, we will be discussing My Hero Academia, Season 4, Episode 8.
Yes.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers. Also, let me tell you this, while it's on my mind. You should probably put mild vigilante spoilers with in like the description of the
I was thinking about that.
other one. Yeah.
I also didn't say spoilers at all.
Yeah, it's all good. Put that in the description too.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I may just edit it. Just put my voice going, spoilers.
Oh my God. That would be pretty funny though.
I might do that.
Okay, back to the episode.
Yes, Season 4, Episode 8. Or
71?
71,
Yeah.
if you will.
Sun Eater of the Big Three is the episode's title.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
When you put it in perspective, there's only 71 episodes.
Yeah.
At, let's just say average 22 minutes.
About 22 minutes,
22
yeah.
a pop. Let's see. 22 times. That's divided times 71. So, I don't know what I expected to get out of this.
I mean, what's the number?
I guess I got to divide that. About 26 hours.
Okay. Whereas we got 300 chapters almost.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you can fit multiple chapters in
an episode.
Yeah.
I guess
speaking of this episode was like the back half of 139 to 141.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much what we see. It's kind of mixed up a little bit, the story. Not like they just kind of changed like the order, yeah.
They didn't change anything. They just changed
specifically
the order of how it was told.
Yeah, exactly. Specifically, like the opening shot of the anime, if I'm not mistaken, was you open up and Sun Eater's like introducing himself to the classroom, and that happened like later on in the manga. But other than that, that's really the only difference. Which I mean, tons of things do.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan changes the order, so it's no big deal. Good stuff though. I really enjoyed this episode.
It's cool. I don't know. I just can't help but be on my phone when I watch it.
Why?
Obviously, when the fighting starts, I'd put my phone down. Maybe because I know what's happening, but I'm just sitting there and if I get a notification, I'll tend to it, and then I'll just go on Instagram or something.
Nah, man.
Still watching it.
Nah.
But I don't know.
Nah.
It was good. I liked it.
It was great. Trippy, man.
Do you remember a few months ago I mentioned that I think I like manga better than anime? This episode was kind of added to that. It's just because it was and I get it. It's a show and it has to be dramatic. Also, we need to fill some time.
Yeah.
There was very dramatic at parts. Kind of in the middle when they're Sun Eater's go, I'll take care of it. And it's just I need to take care of this. It's I don't know.
But that's all in the manga.
I know, but it's I read it much faster.
Right, but you're always going to read it much faster.
I know.
There's never going to be a point in time where you're reading as fast. I mean, the fight scenes maybe, but even I slow it down for the fight scenes.
Yeah,
fight scenes go a lot faster on screen than they do when I'm reading them.
Everything talking, for me, I go pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But then
it's so quick to read. Right. I mean, it's little text bubbles.
Exactly. That's it. I'm not saying it's...
Look, my thing is I appreciate the anime for different reasons than I appreciate the manga. The manga I appreciate because of the story and the character development. The anime I appreciate for the visuals and the added sound effects and shit, you know?
Yeah, and I do too, and I really like it, and I think it's done beautifully. Just if I'm there for story, I'd rather read the manga.
Yeah.
It's easier to watch the anime.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not downing either.
I feel it. Maybe if you weren't on your phone so much, you might feel differently.
No, because that's why I got on my phone, because I was okay, let's get to it, guys. Let's go. Come on. All right.
Maybe it's just your attention span. I mean, I have no problem with it.
I don't know. It's not an attention span thing. It's just, one, I know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
2, how many times does he have to tell you guys that he's got this?
Like I said, that was all in the manga. So.
I know, but it just went boop.
Right, but even when you're reading it, like, you know in your mind, like, that conversation would not go like that. When have you ever been arguing with somebody and been like, go, just go, and like immediately just like, okay, let's go. You're like, I'm gonna leave.
I mean, I've never really had. I mean, none or not often.
Okay, I mean, can you imagine an argument where someone's arguing and they're just like, and I mean, just put this in like a real life situation, like a mentor is, you know, their pupil is like trying to, you know, show some confidence. Like, yeah, you want to help them, but like, that's a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not just gonna leave without, you know, hesitating a little bit.
I understand that.
Plus, it's an anime.
I know. I get
everything's like drawn out.
It's bigger. And, yeah.
More dramatic.
All I'm saying is, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. It's just faster, and some bits I don't like in the manga and in the animes.
Yeah.
As much as obviously the fighting is the coolest part.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously.
The fights are why they made the anime. If there weren't such cool fights, there would be almost no reason for an anime. Yeah.
And I don't know. It just feels like, okay, I get it. He's sad boy. Let's kind of go. Yeah. How long do we need a shot of him standing alone with the light over his head?
Oh my god.
Not very long. I'm just saying. But I get it. I love anime. I've loved anime since I was a child. I'm not saying I don't like it. All I'm saying is personally, I like the manga better.
I don't know. I like the anime.
I love the anime.
Because you know I started with the anime.
Right. So did I.
Yeah.
I love anime with all my heart. But I love manga a little bit more.
Christina is on her phone quite a bit whenever we watch it sometimes, and I don't know, like, whenever you're on your phone, like, you're missing something, like, undoubtedly.
Last week I saw stuff you didn't.
Yeah, yeah, but like when you're on your phone, you're literally not paying attention. You know.
I mean, I am. I'm listening. In my peripheral. I'm watching. But like, see, that's another thing. When I read manga, it's like, that's all I'm doing.
Well, is that because you're reading manga on your phone?
Probably.
If you were to be doing something like, you know.
But I'll even say not even, because when I was younger and I would check out manga from the library,
yeah,
I would just read. I would just sit there quietly without a TV on, without my phone, and I don't know, I was a child, like I was high school.
Yeah.
And I would just read manga. Because I cannot read and listen to music.
Fair.
I can't read a book and have music. Like, I can have white noise.
Because you're like reading the words aloud in your head.
Yes.
And the music would be interfering, unless maybe like classical.
Yeah, if there's no lyrics.
No lyrics. Yeah.
And I've noticed if I'm in a crowd and I try reading, I can't really do it. Because I'm hearing everybody's voices, and
I don't know. I personally never am on my phone when I'm watching it. Really anything, unless I'm just, you know, playing it for like background noise or whatever.
Fair enough.
Like, or if it's something I've already seen. No, I'm never on my phone really. But back to the chapter or the episode.
Anyway, apologies for the tangent.
Yeah. We didn't get very far at all.
No. Continue.
Okay, so they run into the hideout, and Sir Night-Eye, you know, they go to this door, or like it's pretty much like a shelf with a plant on it.
Yes.
And he lifts that up and presses in like the tiles in a certain way, and the door opens, and we see Centipeder and Bubble Girl, you know, use their quirks. He's got big centipede arms.
Yeah.
You know. That's what we were talking about last week.
So is he a centipede?
I don't know. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
Like, he has like arms like a centipede.
So his arms are Yeah, I noticed that. Like, he's obviously not the head of a centipede.
Right.
But
Like his arms are just like centipedes too.
So that leaves his torso and legs to question.
Yeah.
Is he just like a big centipede bits?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe he could be.
I mean, he's wearing dress shoes.
He is wearing dress shoes. Do you have little centipede feet?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. The way, like, they're running down the hall, and then we see the flashback, or his foresight of the guy, and he stops. And then Night Eye takes the plant off, and they go back to the foresight of the code being pressed in.
Yeah.
And when they come back, the door is opening.
The door is opening, yeah.
Almost as if, like, Night Eye was, like, we knew what Night Eye was doing, but we didn't see him doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a cool editing thing. That
It
I was
was
like,
cool.
oh, that's neat.
I know what you're talking about,
yeah. And then they went down the hall.
Yep, down the hall. And this was something else that this had happened. This is when Mimic goes into the wall.
Yeah.
And he's a big dude.
Right, which I'm confused about that. Which maybe I think I totally missed it in the manga. So is that dude we saw his true form?
Yeah.
But he's tiny.
That's his body. No, he's not tiny. He's a big guy.
But why is he in the tiny body?
Because that's what he was possessing.
Oh.
Yeah. You see him come out, and he's like big. I mean, he's big.
And that's why when
he
had not attacked Shigaraki, right, but when he threatened him,
was super big. That was his.
That was his normal arm.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I thought he had like a shape shifting ability.
No, he possesses things.
Well, I realized that now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's just a little puppet that he's
I guess
inhabiting. Because if that puppet breaks, he doesn't break.
No.
He just goes whoop.
Yeah, he can just come out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he injected the puppet.
He injected him. I'm assuming he probably injected himself somehow. I'm assuming his body is in that puppet.
Right.
He just kind of like fits in there.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like a ghost or something.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but he injects himself with the drug.
Gets all big and I loved how it looked in the anime.
Yeah.
Like in the manga, it's drawn so. What's that painting with all the stairs?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know who did it though.
It's a famous painter, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the one.
Maybe Escher. I don't think it's maybe an Escher.
That sounds about right. But that whole that's how it was drawn in the manga.
Yeah, and it was very
super
hard to
contorted make out. And reading it was like, what the fuck?
What the hell is going on?
Like I can't tell who's where. And
it was very disorienting in the anime too. Christina was like, I would throw up. I was like, yeah, probably would too. Actually.
And even I noticed when our characters they were doing like over the shoulders.
Yeah.
For conversations, both of them were like going up and
down, yeah.
Not at the same time, so they weren't on the same level.
It was very uneven, asymmetrical.
And it was never consistent. Like, they were never like this.
It
was always like
twisting and turning, yeah.
And sometimes their bodies would, pivot. And, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So that was cool. And even them walking, it was
I've seen much better in the anime than in the manga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I really liked that whole bit. And
this is where we see Mirio split up from the group.
Yeah.
He
Oh no! Well, at first there was the wall.
First there was that was before the tunnels started shaking.
Yeah.
So before that, Kirishima and Midoriya break through that wall, and then Mimic enters the wall and possesses and starts shaking it and making it go crazy. And Mirio's just like, well, he's just trying to they're just trying to slow us down, so I'm gonna keep going. So he phases through all the walls. He knows where he's going, and he's gonna get there.
Yeah, because they drew a rough layout.
Yeah, they had a layout, and they even showed it to everybody before they went in. So he knows where he's going, and that just that's kind of last that we see of him this episode.
And Mimic was just like, shit.
Can't really do anything about that, but what's he gonna do?
How far is he gonna get by himself?
Yeah, it's just him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what we got for Mirio, and then Mimic drops all the heroes down like a floor.
Yes.
So they're all separated. Like, there's a few cops.
So there was a bunch of the police officers at the top.
Yeah.
He drops all the heroes down.
And a few police officers.
Yeah.
But not very many.
Mm-mm.
Most of the police are still up top. And they dropped in with 3 villains.
3 of the 8 bullets.
3 of the 8
Hisaikai.
bullets of the Hisaikai, yeah. And so, we got a big group of heroes, and they're, all about to start fighting.
Yeah.
And Sunny is just like, no, like, I got this.
Yeah, he got this.
Yeah. So, they leave it to Fat Gum pretty much. And Fat Gum, we've seen how Sun Eater is.
Yeah.
He's very nervous. He's not very confident. So for him to be like, I got this, Fat Gum is like, okay, like he's got this.
Yeah, he's like, all right, we'll just meet us up later.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's still a little nervous, but he's gonna take him for, like, if he says he got this, he's got this.
Well, he even said he's like, Sun Eater. Jesus,
Sun Eater.
both of us.
Yeah.
Sun Eater. Like, he's better than some pro heroes I know, and like he's giving him all this praise. He's like his what is it? His biggest weakness is his self-confidence.
Yep.
It's like, as soon as he feels too much pressure, he thinks he can't do it.
Yep.
When he can do it tenfold.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like this is a teacher who like really knows, like, he can do it. He's just being a baby.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, I'm just gonna go.
Oh man, and he's okay. Before we move on to like the fight, we kind of see like a glimpse of all their powers. We're not gonna go too deep into it right now, but we see like one of them is, they call it larceny. He can kind of steal things from other people.
I felt kind of dumb watching this.
Why?
Because they were like, don't show its weapons because of his quirk, and he's like, his quirk, larceny, and then he steals stuff, and I'm like, what? And I went, it's not on fire.
Are you fucking serious?
I went, wait, they said larceny, not arson.
Are you fucking... Arsony?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
I thought they were saying arsony, and I was like...
No, larceny.
I was like, there's no fires.
There's no fires here.
He doesn't have...
tea. What the fuck is wrong with these guys?
It's like, he doesn't have fire powers.
Oh my god, idiot. And the other one is like, he creates gems. I don't remember the name.
Crystallization.
Crystallization, yeah. He creates gems. And the other one is just called food. It's just called food.
He honestly looks like the Canadians from South Park.
Yeah, his mouth.
His mouth is so huge.
Yeah.
It goes like all the way back to
it's like a hinged jaw, yeah. So we see them, and Sun Eater like captures all 3 of them in his tentacles, and Eraserhead makes a note to knock out the guy with food. His name's Tabi.
Mm-hmm.
So they knock him out. And there's a reason for that we'll get to.
Yeah.
So they all leave, and Sun Eater starts fighting them, and he knocks him against the wall. Oh, he also tells Midoriya, like, please protect Mimirio. Like, he's definitely gonna try too hard.
Yeah.
A little bit of foreshadowing.
That is a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yep.
All right, so back to it. He's Sun Eater's getting ready to like knock him out, and Larceny, the blonde-haired guy, jumps at him with a knife coming out of his mask.
Out of his fox mask. Jesus Christ.
His beak?
His plague mask.
Plague mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stabs Sun Eater right in the fucking tentacle. And of course, that's going to hurt.
It's his body.
Yeah.
He's just turning it into a tentacle.
Exactly. Yeah. So, he just stabbed him, and he's like, oh, shit. And then, Eraserhead's gone, so all the quirks are reactivated.
Yeah.
So the crystal guy breaks out. Food guy's still on the ground, unconscious. Yeah. So he starts fighting him, and he's using his tentacles. He goes to use a clam, and the dude just steals it right off of him. And then he starts getting beat by the crystal guy.
Yeah.
And fucking he
heart that those fucking basically that face mask he makes.
No, before that he hardens his octopus hands.
Oh right.
He like gets real thick tentacles and hardens them with his shell and like crushes the guy's crystal. I was like, oh shit. yeah, then the guy like goes harder on him, and yeah, he goes. It's like vast hybrid is what he called it.
Yes.
He goes into like his ultimate mode pretty much. It's like his ultimate move.
This is his avatar state.
Yeah.
He's activating. What was it? It was tentacles,
His
shells,
tentacles, shells,
his
chicken legs,
and stuff. He's like choosing very specific attributes.
Yeah. So the thing about that one is it's bigger, stronger, like thicker, and then like also like yeah, he chooses specific attributes.
Yeah.
For like like covering an octopus
In
shell. Yeah. And then that mask, dude.
That mask.
Oh my god.
So dope.
Yes.
It looked cool in the manga. It looked way better in
Fucking
the anime.
amazing. Yes. So he starts just going wild. Just crazy, he's flinging tentacles everywhere
with hard tips.
Yeah. And then they wake up the food guy, and he starts just taking. At one point, you see like he's eating like a half of the tentacle, and it's just gone. Like, oh my god!
And he has an endless stomach.
And yeah, they said like he can digest things within like seconds after eating them. So pretty much, yeah, he'll never get full.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's just. They say it like he's like the perfect person to fight Sun Eater.
Yeah.
And that is why Eraserhead knocked him out.
And very funny when food guy, whatever, takes a first bite out of him. He's like, "Ooh, seafood."
Seafood, yum. Yeah. It's like, oh fuck.
Exactly what it is. That's what he was eating.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So Sun Eater's a bit in a hole.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the crystal guy who rips his mask off. No,
Larceny steals his mask.
And as soon as the mask comes off his face, he gets punched in the head
by
the crystal guy.
Yep.
And he flies back.
Yep. And the crystal guy thinks he's got him, but he actually puts up a mask just a shell.
Food was running up to him. The food guy was running up to him first, and he was like, "If I put a neurotoxin in the tentacles, he'll die, or he won't. He'll just not be able to move." So he starts extending, and then Larson takes him, and that's when the crystal guy just slams him.
Boom. And he puts up that shell right. That shit wasn't even well made. It was just like blocked.
Just a plate basically. Yeah. And the guy, I mean, he even says he's like, "Whoa, his reaction time."
Yeah. But he's like, "You can't stop me." Goes right back into it. This time he does get him.
Yes.
So his back is against the wall. The crystal guy fucking, holds him there. And he's about to go for him again. This right?
Yeah, they're just kind of. I'm pretty sure the Larson guy is chatting away.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about how
when
they were trash.
Yeah.
And, Chisaki pulled them up and was like, "It can give you meaning."
Yep.
And Sunny is like, "Oh damn, they're straight up brainwashed."
Yeah.
Like,
But that's when they mention their bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much saying like they're friends.
Yeah. Because they're all trash. So trash stays together.
Right.
Yeah. And then that's when the crystal guy goes for another hit. But then he like puts up a wall of crystal.
That's right. And he's like, "What the hell?" And it turns out he had eaten one of the crystals that had broken apart.
Yeah.
And he's just like, while you weren't looking, and he flicks with his chicken feet Larceny in the eye.
Yeah.
And then uses the crystal. He grabs. Well, he uses his feet again.
He
grabs
pushes
the
them.
Guy.
Yeah. Pushes them all the way to a wall.
Yeah.
And which I couldn't tell in the manga because it's black and white.
Well, this was before that. He's got him by the foot. They're all separated.
Mm-hmm.
He's got him by the foot. And, he like the food guy's coming to eat him, and he puts the crystal guy in front of him.
Oh right.
And he hesitates because friends don't eat friends.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. And then he stretches his leg out against the wall, and
I think he like makes his leg like a tentacle
with a chicken foot on the end.
And I was saying in the manga, couldn't tell black and white.
Yeah.
But his chicken legs claws became crystals.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was just his claws were crystals.
Didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
And slamming.
That's why they were so much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
nice.
he slammed him hard against the wall
yeah.
with the crystal claws dug into them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Because you know how like a diamond is the only thing that can cut a diamond.
Right. I mean, but
gem.
the food guy could have eaten the crystal
Yeah,
guy.
no problem.
Yeah.
But just straight up, boom, slam.
Yeah, and that knocked all three of them out.
So I was like, that was
Fucking badass.
That was really fucking
I mean,
cool.
And that's why Sun Eater, that's why he's
it's
a big three.
That's what Fat Gum says too. He was like, despite his self-confidence, he was still able to work him. Or no, this is Sun Eater himself. When he was like, he didn't have control of his quirk.
Yeah.
And like he felt very inadequate and like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be a terrible hero. And then he saw Mirio struggling as well. And he's like, oh, okay.
Pretty funny part, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, in the wood.
He worked himself up to be part of the big three.
Yeah.
Like,
all the while being like a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Also, he's an elf.
Huh?
This fucking Sun Eater's an elf, man.
An elf?
Have you seen his ears?
No.
They're straight up points.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He looks like an elf.
Maybe that's just part of his quirk. All the garments he wears. I don't know why I said that. Like garments, yeah. Yeah, the garments, I'm going to stick with it. The garments he wears are very elf-like also. Like, they have a very elfin-like feel.
Yeah, I think that's what they're kind of going for.
Yeah.
Because if you look at his ears, very elf.
I never noticed
his hair is very straight
pointed.
and sharp. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, all those pouches.
He's got kind of the complexion for it, Elves are normally very fair-skinned, slender. I guess he's kind of tall.
Tallish.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you see him, look at his ears.
I'll look at
very,
his ears, yeah.
like, pointy as hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just like, that's something I did notice on my phone. I was like, he's an elf.
He's an elf.
He's just a straight up elf. But yeah, I liked it. And, like, they showed that all those pouches on his, normally is like, extra ammo and clips and stuff. For him, it's food.
Extra food.
Which is beneficial for two reasons. One, weapons for him.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, hungry.
Yeah.
Snack.
Energy. I mean, you gotta have energy.
True.
Yeah.
So, I think that's kind of the end of that fight.
No, I mean, that was the end of the chapter, really. Like, the last thing we see is him, like, falling,
worn out.
Against the wall. I mean, yeah, that's really the chapter. It was I loved it, though. So I was excited for that one. I'm excited even more for the next fight.
Next one. That's
for the next episode. You watched the preview?
I watched the preview.
Yeah, there was no extra, like, after the credits this time. Because Christina was like, oh, this was so short. And then she was like, play after, like, skip after the credits. And I was like,
there's
nothing. It's just a preview. So next episode, we're going to see Fat Gum and Kirishima.
I am beyond excited.
Yes. That's one of the best fights of this arc.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would. There's a few more, arguably.
I mean,
not going to mention them.
No, we know. I think we both agree with the best fight on this arc.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But this one, personally, one of my favorites of this arc, maybe the season of this season.
Yeah.
Well, no, the last one, or no, I don't know. I would say so.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better fights.
Oh.
Yeah, like the Sun Eaters, Fat Gums, and like another one that we haven't gotten to yet are like the best, almost out of the entire series.
I would say series.
Yeah.
I kind of debate that because I was thinking of the ending of season 1.
Right.
That with the Nomu and All Might.
Yeah.
Whew.
I also really like the fight with Muscular.
Yes, that was cool too.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And I really like the fight that Tetsu and the hand girl had with that gas user.
Hand girl.
Yeah, she can like blow up.
Oh!
You know?
Yeah, I love
Anaka,
her.
I think is her name.
The girl, she can modify her hands.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that character.
Yeah.
I wish we saw more of her.
More of her. She's in Class B though.
She's just so like loving and funny and like goofy.
She's always the nice one out of Class B. When I can't remember. We haven't seen him in so long.
Who?
The blonde haired dude who's always like, oh, Class B is so much better than Class A.
And she just like makes her hand big and just slams the shit out of him.
Yes. It's been a minute since we've seen him. Yeah.
That was a good fight too. I like that fight because it was a lot of like. I always like when a character, which just makes good storytelling, where it's like, okay, the normal thing I use my power for, isn't gonna work.
Right.
Tetsu. Hardening. I go really,
By the
really
way,
hard.
you always have to say his full name.
Yeah.
Tetsu, 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 Tetsu.
Right.
Yes.
He gets really hard. I can only do so much. 'Cause he can't breathe.
No.
And that whole fight was a very suspenseful fight.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't action oriented. It was like, how are you going to outsmart a dude with just a gun?
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like his gas wasn't like his main weapon.
No.
Like his fucking gun was.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of his gun was, I guess you would say, contingency almost.
Yeah. It was suspenseful because if he like let go to breathe, he would pass out. And like, dude was just straight shooting him, like point blank. Like he was shooting them in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker.
I just now was thinking like, yeah, his kid was doing that. No, it's not. He's a villain.
He's a villain.
He straight up was trying to murder
Fuck whether
him.
he was a kid or not. Like he's a villain.
Yeah. He was trying to murder them.
Yeah.
There's no sugarcoating.
No.
Like, if you're fighting, it's like, and somebody dies, it's like, I'm sorry, I hit him too hard.
Yeah.
This one, he was shooting him in the head.
He was shooting him in the head.
Yeah. Like
the only reason he wasn't dying was because he had that quirk.
And Tetsu's like, if I breathe, if I stop holding my breath, pass out, and then my quirk turns off.
Yeah.
And then I get shot in the head.
And I get shot in the head.
So fuck.
Yeah.
So that I do agree. That was a great fight. Also, just the whole Tokiyami and oh no, what's his bird's name? Dark Shadow. The whole wild Dark Shadow fight.
Oh, in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even the villains were like, whoa, and like had to take a break from fighting these kids
because they were getting fucked up by Dark Shadow. That shows how strong Tokiyami is.
Yeah, and that's why Dark Shadow's like, Tokiyami's like, I gotta be careful when and how much I use him.
Yeah,
but Dark Shadow's so nice in himself
when he's not like in the darkness.
He's just like, hey, what's up? What are you guys doing?
He is. We haven't seen him in a minute too.
Tokiyami.
Might be time to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, getting the hiccups.
Yeah.
But no, I think Tokiyami in general, just not going to see much more of him.
I mean, we will eventually.
Eventually, but yeah. I forgot who I was talking to about this season. I think it was Christina, but they were like, oh yeah, it was Christina. That she wants more of like Todoroki and stuff. Basically the people not.
Yeah, she said like, where's Todoroki? I'm like,
at a home.
She gave me like, what's a rough estimate of like when we'll see him again? And I was like, 15 episodes.
And I think you're about right.
Yeah. I was just like, give or take a little bit.
But no, a good episode. Good fight.
Yeah.
Excited for the next episode.
This, I mean, like we've been saying, like this is just getting started. It's finna get fucking awesome.
Yeah. So next week, let's hope there's not a hiatus. No hiatus that we know of, right?
Not that I've heard. I mean, I'll Google it, see about it.
Great.
Yeah, I'll let you know. If there is, we'll be back the following week. Maybe we'll do a like in between video of something on My Hero or Attack on Titan. In between now and then, if there is,
because we do love basically any manga we read. We love the world.
Yeah.
Of the manga, and there are always some things that aren't talked about.
Yeah.
So,
or that you can't really go like you don't want to like go in depth about,
right?
In a chapter video,
Yeah, because it's cool, but no need.
Yeah.
But anyway, stay tuned.
All right.
And keep on reading, keep on watching, and keep on listening.
Yes. Give us a like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
And keep the love flowing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, take care.
All right. Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.